I always hear, right? Oh, okay, very good. You sell one house, you got 20,000 or 30,000 or even more, right? Depending on the value of the house. And then you just open the door and close the door. Actually, for me, that's not how I see real estate.
How you doing?
Hi.
How you doing, Ismail?
Hi, tired.
Already?
Yeah, every day I'm so tired.
Hectic, it's busy, which for someone in sales, that's always a good thing.
So far so good. Had a few offer on the pipeline lah.
Okay, well, this week I received a really nice message from one of our sellers. Why it was special is because actually I know that selling the house is a really difficult decision for them. They've lived in that house for many years. They raised their kids, the children got married there. But because of life events, they've had to sell the house. And she sent me this message. When I received the news that we're concluding the sale, was rather happy, but later macam sad. Kind of mixed feeling. I guess it's not easy to say goodbye, kan? And in a way that kind of... I also had a tinge of sadness because you're parting with something that's like a house. It's not just a house, it's a home, right? And I know it's not easy because in selling a house, you're not selling a house, you're selling a home. And to have to put a price tag to that, sometimes it makes it a very difficult journey for sellers, especially for areas like TTDI, where all of us have lived here for many years and built so many memories. And why sometimes it's difficult to conclude the sale is because you have to put a price tag to that memory, and it's sometimes quite painful. Despite all of that and that sadness, she said, "You've done very well and very happy to have engaged you as our agent." For that, I also replied that in actuality, I'm also very privileged to have them as clients. It's not every day in my line that you get to meet such wonderful people where you work together and you understand each other's emotion, you understand each other's difficulty and challenges. You come together to make it happen.
Recently, there is a case happen. I didn't really anticipate to think from owner perspective. I just wish to help my client to find the right house. Then end up the negotiation go back and forth. Owner feel a bit uncomfortable lah. In terms of during the negotiation, a lot of new requests came in. So sometimes owner will feel a bit fun. Normally, if tenants or buyer has any request to compile all together and go in one shot. So we will not have, I would say, new things come in the middle of negotiation.
How did you resolve it?
Normally, I will definitely seek for advice from my teammates, especially Yin Peng, and Kenneth. They will definitely provide me a solution. Then it's up to me how I talk to the owner or talk to the tenant or buyer. I'm the youngest in this team, then I feel sometimes I make a lot of mistakes.
So recently I sold another house and there were so many problems with it. Every step of the way. It dragged on for 1 month, became 2 months, and it was all on a particular clause that both seller and buyer couldn't agree. And I remember I was away, I was still dealing with this problem, and finally the seller just called me and said that, Yin Peng, let's just call off the deal and just end this, and just be done with it. It was quite difficult because I worked really hard, to clear clause by clause, and it was the final one clause that they couldn't agree, but I understand, and I think they both just couldn't agree to it. So I told the seller, okay, never mind, how about this, let's just walk away and I will find a replacement client. And I did. I found a replacement client. But there was also complications with this replacement client. It was still a long drawn process. And then it came down to finally after like, I don't know how many months, I think it was like 3 or 4 months. And even with this other buyer, he just said that if they're not interested, then let's just not waste each other's time and let's just move on. I said, oh my God, not again. But in the end, everything worked out. As an agent, I feel that our role is really as a mediator. Of course, in the end, like the first deal, if really you can't pull it together, I think we need to know when to respect both clients' wishes, and maybe it's just not in each other's best interest that we go on.
Try not to be so kanchong lah. Yeah, calm a bit, take one thing at a time. Have more patience to tenants and buyers lah.
A lot of people have a preconceived notion that being a real estate agent or negotiator is a very easy job. I always hear, right, oh, okay, very good, you sell one house, you got 20,000 or 30,000 or even more, right, depending on the value of the house. And then you just open the door and close the door. But for me, that's not how I see real estate. To earn this kind of commission is to really journey with your client. Every listing we take on, I see it as a business partnership, whether it's from taking the listing to marketing it, to negotiating, right up to ensuring that the post-sale process is smooth. So being a real estate negotiator is not easy, but it's rewarding.